So a couple of you have been raving to me about these things in my inbox. Not that kind of raving. Because apparently they're super awesome for a super low price tag. When Blink approached me and said, "Would you like to review these?" I went, "Yes, please." So Blink have kindly offered to allow me to do a giveaway of a 2-camera system. And it's going to be as simple as the person that makes me laugh the most will win. But you have to make me laugh in a very specific way, and I'm not going to tell you how until the end of the video. See what I'm doing? I'm locking you in, so you have to watch the whole video. Stop skipping. Stop it. So I'm going to start out with the most important feature for me, the cloud storage, which is free. Really, actually free. They're not charging a bean for it, and you get 7,200 free minutes of storage, and it's 5 seconds per clip, so that means that you can get a metric butt-ton of clips. That's loads, and the thing is, it just overwrites the earliest stuff when it gets to the end, so if you actually run out of storage within a year, it just starts overwriting the earliest stuff. So I'm never going to care when it reaches 7,200 minutes and starts overwriting the earliest stuff, unless you're documenting your back garden, which makes you weird. You're not going to be bothered, which is amazing. Two years. 2 years, apparently, is what you will get out of 2 little batteries. These are normal AA batteries, so I don't understand how that's possible. I think that is phenomenal. I've never heard of anything like this. This is a camera which is going to be following motion and looking for motion and doing the whole night vision PIR stuff, and if I keep shaking it around, it's going to take lots and lots of footage, so the batteries will be dead by the end of this video. But no, I mean, if this is going through normal usage, it's not got loads and loads of things to be taking pictures of every 3 seconds. 2 years out of 2 AA batteries. As you would expect with a camera such as this, it does the whole 2-way audio thing, so you can communicate through the camera to somebody using the phone, and vice versa. You can go through the phone and speak to someone on the other end of the camera. So if you wanted to use this as a walkie-talkie to speak to your spouse, you could do that. It would be weird, but you could do that. Here is me doing it. Hey. That's it. Take it out. See, it works good. Whenever somebody tells me I've got to punch holes in the walls of my house, the blood in my veins goes ice cold and I pass out like a mountain goat. I hate doing it. Every single time I think I'm going to hit an electrical cable, or I'm going to find out once again the walls are made of sand and it's all going to crumble away, I can't stand it. So when I found out this thing was just 2 little screws and it weighs like nothing, I just went straight outside and looked for the nearest piece of wood. And I thought the shed could do with protecting, and that's where it went. Perfect. 5 minutes, done. So the setup process for this thing was ludicrously easy. If you're an Apple user or an Android user, you simply download the app from either the iOS store or the Play Store, sign up for an account, and then scan the back of each camera. That's it. I literally didn't do anything else. Once they're in place, you should get something that looks a little bit something like this. I had a camera at the top, a camera at the bottom, and if you scanned more cameras, they would appear further down, pretty obviously. So these cameras, I can click on the little icon in the bottom left and get some footage. This will show me a live view of the camera. So that is pointing at my green screen and ruining the magic. You now know that this is not really my room behind me. So yeah, that's pretty quick. You can see how quickly that responds. That's pretty awesome. And then we can go into the settings of each camera and take a little look around there. So if I go into the settings for the Shed camera, you can see I can change its name if I need to. And that's the name that she that should not be named will be listening out for. So if you want to use her to view your camera, you would be able to say, "Show me the shed." And that's what it will find. It tells you whether the battery is okay, what temperature the camera is at, and more importantly, do things like set activity zones. So this will help if it keeps like triggering all the time and bugging you while you're at work because there's a stupid cat keeps passing at the bottom of the camera every day, like mine does. You can say, I only want to be able to view certain areas, so I can color all those off, update photo, and that's it. It will now only monitor motion in the top section. Coming back out of that menu, we can go to the top right corner and click on the folder and see all of the things that have been going on. So here is me getting home from work earlier on. Not overly impressed because I got rained on all the way home. And that's me getting in my shed to put my bike away. It's 5 seconds because that's the length of clip that I told it to do. If I wanted a longer length of clip, I can go back into the settings for that camera and set a longer clip length. Aside from that, you've got sensitivity, which is how sensitive the motion detection is, and re-trigger time, which is how often it's going to start monitoring for motion again after it last saw motion. The IR illuminator is really important, absolutely crucial, because if you set this wrongly, everyone that passes in front of the camera will just look bleached out. They'll look like a ghost. So you need to set the intensity in accordance with the environment you put the camera in. A little bit of practice with this will take you 3 seconds. So that's super easy to do. Then you've got obviously things like quality. So that is the camera settings done. If you live your life by a schedule and you want to set your camera to a schedule, you need to go into scheduling. So in scheduling, you can set the times that the camera will automatically start monitoring for movement and telling you what's happening. So if you only want notifications during the day whilst you're at work, you can do that. Scheduling is super important for me, and I'm so glad to find that that is a feature here. Aside from that, you can set your camera as you walk out of the house by talking to She That Should Not Be Named, by saying, ask Blink to arm my camera system.
I've asked your home system to arm.
Awesome, that's it. The camera system is now armed and monitoring for motion. I will get a notification now if movement is detected, and if I want to disarm it, all I've got to do is say, ask Blink to disarm my camera system.
You need a pin to disarm. For example, say, disarm, my pin is 1234.
My pin is...
I've asked your home system to disarm.
How cool is that? It asks for a PIN number, and I set that PIN number up when I set up the She That Should Not Be Named app. So when I enabled the skill, it said, give me a PIN number. I gave it a PIN number. In summary then, we're talking about a camera that not only allows you to view the feed on your Echo Show, but you can also arm and disarm the camera with a PIN number, which is mental. On top of which you've got free cloud storage, and you've got motion zone detection, you've got notifications, you've got an awesome application which is super easy to use, you've got the simplest setup process I have ever seen, and for some reason it only costs this much money, which is a phenomenal price tag when you're talking about this camera coming from a reputable firm with a backbone, which is Amazon's AWS platform for the cloud. I can't say enough good things about this camera, and if you want to know if I recommend it, the answer is yes, I do. So how can you win this 2-camera system? That's really easy, and this isn't my idea. I wish it was. It was one of you guys' ideas, but I can't remember who it was told me, so I'm really sorry. I'd love to put his name up here. If I find him, actually, this is his name. Well done, this person. I really liked this idea. So the idea is you need to find a freeze frame of any of my other videos where I look ridiculous and then caption it. So you need to take a screenshot, put a caption on it, and then post it to one of my social media accounts. It can be any of the Twitters or the Facebooks or whatever it is you like. I will look at it, and if I laugh really hard, you'll win the 2-camera system. Do that. Do it now. Do it. Do it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you don't ding the bell, you won't get notified when I upload stuff. Come and hang out with me at the usual social medias, the Facebooks and Twitters and the Instagrams, and I promise I will make you laugh all of the time. These people are my patrons, and I can't thank them enough. They make these videos a possibility, and if you want to be one of these guys, you can do so at either Patreon, or you can give me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I'll love you forever. I'll see you next time. They're from a reputable. So to summarise, it does these things here because I have no memory and cannot be bothered to talk. I wish I could do that. I'm not going to do that. I have one, and I have punched lots of holes. I've punched lots of holes in my house. That's fine. I'll crop that in. I'll crop that in, Paul. Crop that part in. Crop. I think I'll use the first take. That just sounded like I'm a moron.